All right, so we are now officially recording to how to do the Zoom, I'm calling it webinar strategy. And the reason why I do the air quotes, as we talked about before we started recording, there's a difference between an actual webinar versus a Zoom meeting. Now, what we're going to talk about is actually a Zoom meeting, but done in the context of a webinar. So I'm going to show you start to finish exactly how I would do this to set this up, including the setting up the actual Zoom meeting itself, through setting up the landing page that you can do should you choose to, as well as how you can kind of integrate it with a video if you would like. And I'm going to literally show you how I would record a video to do this and how I do record videos on a regular basis for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I would do is I would go to zoom.com, because again, I'm literally showing you step by step how to do this. Zoom.com, and I would go into my account. So here's my personal Zoom account. If I were to schedule a meeting up here, I would click here and you title it whatever you want. Now, just know that when people register, they will see both your topic and your description. So don't put in anything that you don't want people to see. So you could say, 5 strategies to sell your home during COVID-19, right? Learn the specific strategies to sell your home in today's market, and 3 critical mistakes some sellers and agents are making, right? And let's say I want to make this Friday at 2 o'clock. It's going to be for 1 hour. And you can say either this is recurring or whatever. The big one I want you guys to look at is registration. You just check registration and you say required. You can change whatever you want down here, but in all honesty, I would just leave it. Unless you want it to record the meeting automatically. But let's just say we're not going to do that right now. And then you click save. Now, when you've saved it, a couple things have happened. Number one, you have the registration link. This is the link that you're going to save. So I'm going to highlight this link and I'm going to copy it. Okay? Now, you can put this, so I'm just going to move. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to move. Sorry, all of your wonderful faces are blocking what I want to do. Have you guys ever done like Zoom where you get all of the stuff kind of all complicated in there? Anyway, so what I like to use, because I have a Mac, so your setup might be different. I love using my notes section, and I'm going to say Zoom strategy is the title of my note, and I will say Zoom registration link. So that's the link for the Zoom registration. So, because I just want to keep this off to the side somewhere. You can do it in a Word document. You could do this somewhere. Whatever works for you, you can do that. Now, down here, after you go into the meeting settings, which is where we are, right? You can add this to your calendar, which I would recommend you do. If this were a real thing, put it onto your calendar. But what you can do down here is under registration. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on, everybody. Under registration, you can edit what questions you want them to be asked. Okay, so automatically it's going to ask for their name and their email. First name and email address are automatically required. You can also ask for their last name, and you can make it required. You can also ask for their phone number. And you can choose to either make it required or not. It's up to you, whatever you guys want. If you're doing this to do seller leads, you could also ask for their address if you want. But for me, what I would personally say, do their first name, their last name, and their phone number and make it required. And then say save all. So now you have this registration link, which I'm going to click really quickly. So here is the registration link. So when someone comes to this, this is what they will see. So when someone clicks on that link that I just saved over here, this is what they will see. So remember I said that they will see the topic name and the topic description, because this is literally exactly what they will see. So make sure that all of this information is correct and it, you know, it looks good, you know, like it doesn't have spelling errors and whatnot. But this is that site. So let's say that I put in my information and I click register. I just want to share with you what this looks like. Oh, I can't register because I'm the host. So I'm going to do If you guys didn't know, this is my personal email address, realjacoblawler@gmail.com. Pretty stupid, but whatever. You can judge me if you want. So I'm not a robot. And you click register. So this is what it will now show. It will now say meeting registration approved. And then here's all of the information. Now, coming over to here, just wanting to show you what it looks like. I can now view, because I have now one registrant, which just happens to be me, but just to show you what this looks like. It now shows you this is me, this is the email address. You can open this up and it will show what phone number I inputted. Again, so that way you can add these people to your own database. Okay? And you can modify the different email settings. You know, you can modify a bunch of different stuff. You can put in your own branding with a banner image and all this. So you can get as crazy as you want. But again, trying to keep it simple. Once you set up the Zoom meeting, selecting registration, get the link, and save it to one side. Now, let's talk about how you create the landing page. Because realistically, you guys could stop here and just share this link with everyone you know and say, hey, you guys, I want to just share with you. This is an awesome link. You know, I'm going to be doing this training class, and you can do all of the stuff you want on social media via, you know, email and text message and what have you. And you can literally stop there if you want. Another step, if you don't want to do a landing page, but you don't like sharing a link that's like this, if you don't like it super, super long, you can go to a website called bit.ly, bit.ly. And this is called a link shortening website. Now, I already have an account with Bitly, so my screen will look a little bit differently than yours. But the short end of it is you just create, you just click create, and you just paste whatever that link is here, and it will automatically shorten that link. And this is what it now looks like. So instead of sharing this big long link here, instead of sharing this where it's like super long, you can share instead this small one. So I can copy this and I'm going to say Zoom registration shortened link. And here's my shortened link. Right? So I now have two links saved here. By saved, I just mean written down somewhere off to the side. So you can share this one if that's a shortened link. Like if you were going to text message somebody, it would be probably better to text message them the quote unquote bit.ly link. But let's say now we wanted to create a web page or a landing page to do that. What you're going to do is you're going to click on, I'm in first place. I'm just on the home page in first place. And I'm going to click on the roadmap only because in order to access a lot of our tools, you have to first be quote unquote logged in to Roadmap, which means you just have to click on it where this screen pops up. Then off to the left-hand side, you're going to scroll down to Tools, Logins, and Links, and you just select kvCore CRM. It's going to now load it. And now this pops up your dashboard that we're all used to seeing, hopefully, if we've used it. You're going to go on the left-hand side and you're going to click on Lead Engine. Sorry, as it's loading. I told you I'd do this live so that way you guys can see all the all the wonderful things we have to deal with loading and all that. I wanted this to be raw so you didn't see like, oh, of course. Well, of course it's easy for him. He has it all preloaded. Like we're going to see it all in its beautiful glory of challenges, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a landing page. So what I did, again, I went to Roadmap. I clicked on kvCore Smart CRM. It popped it open. The left-hand side, I selected Lead Engine. I'm going to do landing page. Okay, landing page, you're going to select yours, which all that you will actually have access to will be your own page. But just because I'm in management, apparently, which I'm just now learning I have access to this right now, which is interesting because this morning I didn't have access to this. But I'm just going to type in mine because I don't want to do anything else. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to say start building. It's going to pop open this screen. Now, very important to note, if you mess something up in this screen, you will have to start all over. It's a challenge that they have with this site. It's a known challenge. They said that they're working on it, but they've been working on it for like 2 years. So long story short, if you make a mistake in this, like just so you know, if you double click on any item, and automatically it deletes it, whatever item you double click. So I'm going to double click on where it says your town real estate deals. Oh, so I just double click there. Apparently the only thing it doesn't delete is this top one. But if you double click on like one of these, it deletes it. There's no way to get that back. The only way to get it back is you exit out and you start new. So just know if you mess something up in this, you're going to have to start all over. If you just do a like a misspelling, right? Like homes for sale, and then you go to another one, and then you want to go back, you can edit it again. But once you delete something, you can't get it back. Does that make sense? And I, at least, am really used to double clicking on words to highlight the entire word to be able to modify it. Don't do that here because it deletes it. So it's kind of, you know, anyway. So what you would do up here is you would select this and change to whatever title you're doing. You can say, you know, 5 strategies to sell, right? It's 5 strategies to sell your home during COVID, you know, and then you do another one, whatever your title is, you know, and 3 critical mistakes to, you know, that sellers and agents make that can cost you thousands. Right? And then you would just do whatever it is that you want. I'm not going to belabor the point. You guys understand. You would just change this to whatever calls to action or descriptions that you want. What I actually would choose on here is one of 2. I would either choose content hijack if you're not doing a video, content hijack if you're not doing a video, or video view if you are doing a video. Video view just looks like this. Sorry, it's going to autoplay something for us. Okay, but if you notice, they all have the same header and whatever. And just notice that if you do the wrong one or you change it or whatever, and you just change the layout, if you notice, like I change it to contact hijack, it still keeps these the same, like all of this stuff that I already typed in. So you can set it up however you want. And then let's say you have a video or you don't have a video, you can do whatever. So URLs, right? If you're doing the content hijack, or what I would recommend, if you can do a video, let's do a video, right? If you guys have never done videos before, I'm going to share with you how I personally do a video. If you have a Mac, this is literally step by step how you do it. I go into QuickTime Player. Oh, hello, my face. Oh, if you guys don't know, this is a video I recorded for my son for his birthday, in case you want to know. So, because I wasn't there this morning, so I recorded a video saying happy birthday. Anyway, ha ha ha, isn't that fun? So what you do is you do File, New Movie Recording, and it's going to pull up my screen. How you doing? I'm here. Can you guys all see this? Okay, just want to make sure. So here's the video, right? I'm going to record it. Hello, everybody. This is Jacob Lawler, First Team Real Estate, #1 brokerage in all of Southern California, here to invite you to an exclusive 5 strategies to sell your house during the coronavirus situation, and 3 critical mistakes that sellers and agents are making that are costing you thousands of dollars in the sale of your home. So if you have any interest in selling any time between now and a year from now, I'm here to tell you exactly what it is going to take to get your home sold for the highest amount possible and in the fastest amount of time with the least amount of problems. So if you have any questions, or if you just want to attend this quick webinar session, make sure to click the link below and we'll see you there. So that's how quickly you can record a video. I'm not saying that was the most beautiful video ever, but it got the job done. I'm going to now say File, Save, and I'm going to save this as crappy video, right? And I'm going to click Save. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my YouTube page, which we all have with First Team Real Estate. All you do is you just go into your email and you select here and click Drive. Oh, no, sorry, not Drive. My goodness. Sorry, I was just distracted by what I just saw on my email. So you're going to then go down and say YouTube. When you're in YouTube, at the very top right-hand corner of the screen will be a little icon. When it loads, there will be an icon here that looks like a movie, like a camera, like a cinematography camera. So again, like I said, this is all of its loading glory. So you see this one right here. You click on Create and say Upload Video. Here we go. So you could either drag or drop a file or just click Select Files. I know I'm going fast, but again, this is being recorded, so you can go back to it whenever you want. Here is my crappy video. So it is now uploading, and this is where you title the video. You could say, you know, webinar invite, 5 strategies to sell during COVID, you know, and then you could just say the description, you know. Sometimes I just like to copy this, paste it here, and 3 critical mistakes. You don't have to go all the way through this to avoid, right? So if you notice, this is saying processed. Okay. So while this is processing, I'm going to go back to my landing page, and this is where you finish up whatever things you want. So I'm going to switch, because I'm doing a video, I'm going to switch to video view. It's going to auto load this and start playing. So what you do here, submit button text. Anything you type in here changes what it says down here. It defaults to say, see the list now. I want this to say, register here. And if you notice, when I click out, I scroll down, it changes to register here. Now it says URL after video. If you can see this right here. This means after you click this button, where do you go? So I'm going to go back to my notes section to my Zoom registration link. And I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste. Now, YouTube ID means what YouTube video do you want? This is a semi-complicated thing because it took me a long time to figure this out on to what the heck this even means. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, no, this is not made for kids. Because if you do say it's made for kids, it has like some weird restrictions on it. So I say next. Video elements, I don't care about that. And you can either choose to make this public or unlisted. For me, I'm going to make it unlisted because I have people who are subscribed to me that I don't want people to see this crappy video that I called it. So I'm going to make this unlisted, which means they can see the video if they have the link to it, but it doesn't show up on my videos. Where if someone just says, hey, show me all the videos that Jacob Lawler has done, this one doesn't show up. So I'm going to say save. So now I have this video and I can click on this and this will open up the video itself. So here's the video. Now, kind of complicated. However, let me just let you know the simplified version of it. The YouTube ID means everything after this equal sign up here on the URL. I don't know why. That's just what it means. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into YouTube ID and I'm just going to select this. And for some reason, it had this feature YouTube. I don't know why this has this here. So let's check this out. There we go. Hello everybody, this is Jacob Lawler, first team real estate, #1 brokerage in all of. So again, without getting lost in the weeds here, I don't know why this has this feature and YouTube here. There really shouldn't be this here. I don't know why it inputted that when I clicked on it. Maybe just because I clicked on it from my thing. So let me actually try this. Let me try this for a second. Hold on one second. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to come up here again and I'm going to paste it. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's weird. It keeps putting that in there. I don't know why that does that. However, I will say this. All you would do, this is why I say this is semi-complicated, but again, don't let it overwhelm you. All that means is anything between here to here, that's the YouTube ID. So just copy that, coming back to the landing page, coming here, and hitting paste. And it will autoplay. Okay, so I now have this done. So we have the register here button. We have the first team, which means when you click on that link or that button, where does it go? And we also have what video is here. Now, another thing you can change is the background image. You can make from a primary MLS image, like if you wanted to show a house, or you can do a custom background. Let's say a primary image. You can just go to, if you have an MLS number that you want, you can utilize there. I could go into that if I wanted to change one. Let me see if I can do one real quick. crmls.org. This is literally what I would do, right? So I'm taking you through all the glorious loading screens. Sorry for the delay, everybody. But we all know how to get into CRMLS. So I'm going to office listings. Let's see. That's one of my hot sheets. Let's see. I want to do one of these ones. Gorgeous photo. Love it. I want to use that. So I can take the URL or the listing ID, go back to this and say, I want the primary MLS image from here. And then there you go. So now that changed the background. So once you click save, you will not be able to change anything on here. Make sure that you have everything correct. So I'm going to say save. And it'll tell you again, hey, just so you know, once you click OK, you cannot change it. And we will not save this anywhere. So you have to say OK. Now, once you're on this page, once you're on this page and once you leave this page, you will never be able to find it again. So I would go here, copy this page, go back to wherever you're keeping notes, and I will say landing page final link. There it is. Now you can go back to the whole bit.ly situation and do the same thing, right? You can go back to create a new link, paste the full link, and it will create a new shortened link and say copy. Go back to here and I can say landing page shortened link. Okay. So we have that here. So let's test this out. I now have my bit.ly link copied. I'm going to paste this in my URL bar right here and click enter and let's test it out. Here's my page. Hey everybody, this is Jacob Lawler, first team real estate, #1 brokerage in all of Southern California, here to invite you to an exclusive 5-strategy. So you guys get the point. It's here. You have all of your little things. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You click register here. It now takes them to, boom. The thing, this is where they put in their information, and then there you go. And now you have a lead who is registered for the site or for the thing. You can also take it a step further and you can go to GoDaddy. I'm not going to do this right now because I already see, deer in the headlights from a number of you, and I don't want to overwhelm us all. But what you can do is then say, you can create a custom URL. Let's say, sell during COVID.com. Let's see if that's available. That would be really cool. Sell during COVID.com. It's taken. Son of a gun, right? So you can find a domain that you want to use. Like, let's say you're working, I don't know, let's say Mission Viejo, you can say Mission Viejo during COVID.com. It's available. Hey, so I could buy the URL Mission Viejo during COVID.com, or you could even do sell Mission Viejo during COVID.com. And if somebody types this in, let's say you wanted to have it on a marketing piece that you're going to put out, you can have it what's called point or forward to this URL. So it forwards to here. Does that make sense, you guys? I know that this was like all convoluted and this is a big fire hose of tech information. Remember, this is being recorded. You can go back to this time and time again. But then you could go to all of your social media stuff. Let's go to Facebook, for example. So the reason why I changed the background is, number one, it's cooler to have a background like that. By the way, this is my wonderful wife sharing photos of our 4-year-old today. Super good. This is my favorite photo. One of my favorite photos in life, by the way. Oh my goodness. I think this is hysterical. I love it. Adorable. Anyway, enough self-promotion. If you were to post this creative post. Hey friends, I want to invite you, right? And do whatever thing you want to do. And then you paste the URL. It puts the background image of whatever you used and whatever you titled that title screen here. Whatever you titled it here will show up here. So make sure you put some thought into that. Does that make sense, you guys? And then you can, boom, you can blast that out. You can put it in your email database. You can put that in text messages. But now you have something that creates registrations. Does that sound good? Are we overwhelmed yet? But now, here's the main question. Now that we're here, how do we do it? Is that the question? What is my strategy? What is my webinar? What is my conversation like? That's up to you, full disclosure, right? That's what value you want to provide to your clientele. If you want help creating the actual PowerPoint itself, let me know. But you guys have to come up with the content. Meaning, what would you want to share with somebody? Because ultimately, you're going to have to present it. And I would recommend it be no more than a 30-minute, like, actual presentation. Like, preferably like 15 minutes, you know, because people will start to glaze over, like I'm sure a lot of you have during this, because it's a heavy thing. Anything technological is a heavy thing. That's why I'm recording it, right? To be able to go through it. But if you're going to create this presentation, take the time, go through whatever it is that you feel comfortable covering. Just think about if you were going to go talk with a seller, what would, because all you're really doing, if in this context, buyer context is the same thing. All you're doing is like one listing presentation, but to the masses, meaning, you know, why is it right now a good time to sell? I think a great thing to cover is what we did today at the sales meeting, talking about why right now in specific, like the next couple weeks, why that right now is an incredible time, and talk about the logistics. That's why I wanted to do it during this week, is teach you how to do this, because I think right now is very relevant, very topical and timely to deal with that. But anyway, that's how you do step-by-step the Zoom with registration, do the landing page with a link shortener if you want to do it. But I hope that was helpful, and let me know if you guys have questions.